Hello everyone, my name is Kanupriya Bhargav and I am currently working as legal intern with Lexis and Company. And today we will talk about political violence in Bengal elections. So basically starting with what is violence? Violence can be defined as harm, injury, vandalize, damage, destroy or abuse intentionally. World Health Organization also defined the violence as the intentional use of physical force or power threatened or actual against oneself to another person or against a group or community which either result in or has high likelihood of resulting in injury, death, psychological harm or deprivation. So let us take a look back at the history of Bengal election political violence post polls.
Bengal never doesn't have political violence post poll. It always has.
Many reports have been published which state that from 1977 to 2009, around 55 political murders took place in West Bengal. In 2008, there were 90 people who were injured during Panchayat polls, Murshidabad district of Damkos, West Bengal. In 2011, after assembly polls, 56 people died. In 2009, 11 people died after Lok Sabha assembly elections. Look back into history doesn't give the idea of present scenario, but it helps to prepare us for future scenario. So, do you know what is the present scenario? Let me clear it. Many current leaders does not even recognize violence in West Bengal.
People's houses were completely burned and destroyed. They were not allowed to work. The connecting bridge to a village that voted for a different political party was destroyed. Their water connection was snatched.
That happened after elections on 2nd May. According to the facts of many newspapers and articles on 2nd May 2021, when the results came out, simultaneously in West Bengal, incidents came out from various villages of West Bengal. In reality, some victims claimed that the police were present at the scene of the event but did not assist them to stop the crime. Despite the data, authority claims that there were no violence in the villages of the West Bengal. This is called whitewashing, and after the history of political violence it is known as criminal whitewashing. Some people even posted old photographs, video of the violence, which has unethical, but it doesn't rule out the possibility that something happened. Over 2000 advocates requested Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana to set up a committee to look after the post polls election that occurred in West Bengal and to register FIR of the people. Around 150 people have given memorandum to President of India and said, "We are greatly disturbed by the mindless instigation of reported violence in electoral vengeance against the people who exercise their democratic right for to vote for one political party or the other." What is the solution for this? Solution is on 18 June 2021, Calcutta High Court ordered National Human Rights Commission to set up a committee and examine the areas where the post-election violence occurred. Common people can also help in this. One of the sources is known as crowdsourcing of evidence, which means it is a data collection approach in which evidence is required via an alternate path and then individuals are asked to vote on the data individually. This method filters out the evidence that is incorrect. Ultimately, correct evidence reaches the court. Example of this is Boston Marathon bombing 2019. After National Human Rights Commission set up the committee for examining the area of the post-violence, the National Human Rights Commission committee provided a sealed report to the court, which will be shared with the State Council. The committee also requested extra time to write a thorough report which will be presented by July 13th and would include all West Bengal's impacted district. West Bengal election deserve a quest for the truth. And with this, thank you for hearing me out. And if you think this video was helpful to you in any way, please do subscribe, like, share and comment down below your queries. Thank you.